A 9 to 5 job allows you to earn money for 20% of the total hours in a month. You're missing out on 80%. If you can just earn £11 an hour every single hour in a month, doesn't matter what it's from, you could be asleep when it's coming in. If you can just earn £11 an hour or £264 per day or 1,848 per week or 7,920 in a month, it was the same, add it up, it's all the same, but you just need one of those totals at some point. Or, if you want to get really stupid about it, £22 every 2 days. £22 every 2 hours. That's another way of doing it. So you just divide it down. And if you can pull that off, if you can just make that £11 per hour, like I said, that's 6 figures per year. Okay guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about having a great body and making 6 figures a year. It's never been easier to do, and it's so important that you do it in this kind of era because, like I said, it's the easiest era to do it in, and I don't think it's ever mattered more. Now, I will tell you guys that that's not all that matters in life. As I constantly say, I want you to be well-rounded. I want you to have hundreds of different traits, if not thousands of different traits by the time you reach something like 40 years old and build yourself up to being that outlier male. But if you want a serious cheat code, making decent money and having the perfect body, or at least something very close to just being much bigger and better than what you were, is a massive, massive cheat code in life. And like I said, I don't think it's ever been easier to do. I don't think it's ever been easier to make 6 figures a year and be in perfect shape. Reason being, I think think about it with the gym. All the gyms, have got all the equipment you could ever imagine in the world. With pull-up equipment, it's in most parks. You can go for a run, you can do sprints, you can buy equipment online like kettlebells, you can buy dumbbells, you can buy equipment to have at home like squat racks, etc. You can buy all this stuff. There's literally no excuse now. You can have press-up pads, you can have the resistance bands. Like, even during lockdown, people have still managed to get in better shape than they were before. Like, I've recently just found a pull-up kind of calisthenics area in my park, and they've just opened it up. I've been like 3 times. I feel like I'm double the size already. Like, it's not that hard once you have, once you tick like I've told you guys before, the catalyst, which is testosterone. Once you've ticked all those boxes and you're eating the correct foods and you've got rid of all the shitty foods, and then you're using water filters, you're using a reverse osmosis machine for your water, you're staying away from things like plastics, etc., then suddenly, your testosterone's double what it used to be. And when you try and get in shape, it happens very quickly. So it's a lot easier to do that way. And I think we're in an era now where the information to get in shape is readily available. I think in terms of the catalyst, testosterone, I think you've got people like myself and people who are even better than me at doing it, like the TRT experts that I had on the podcast recently. You have guys like that can help you. Then you've got dietitians or fitness experts that can tell you what to eat. Here's my diet, follow this. Some of them are giving it away for free so that you get their personal training courses. And like I said, then you've got fitness experts out there that release in workout videos online every single day on something like Instagram or YouTube, and you can literally just do what they've done. It's that easy. And then you think a gym membership, yeah, you get expensive ones that are in the hundreds of pounds or dollars, or mine's about 82, but you can really scale that down and find one that's like £25 a month, $25 a month. It's not hard to find in some of the big commercial gyms. So if you're able to do that, then again, it's affordable. There's people saying, oh, here's how you can bulk on a vegan diet, or here's how you can bulk on a budget. All this information is out there. It's never been easier. Yes, we have busier lives, but I don't think it's ever been easier to get in shape. I think you've got supplements, you've got higher minimum wage than ever. Like, people have got money to do these things. I think they're quite easy to do. And I'm telling you guys, honestly, I'm 27 now, and I think I've done all right getting in shape, but this lockdown really annoyed me because I was really pushing for that next level. But I think from 27 to 30, 27 to 32, just in that 5-year spell, I'm really going to go for it. I'm really going to push it with physique, because I just think if you get to 40, 50 years old and you've never got in tremendous shape, or even maybe something like 36, 37, and you didn't rise up to that male advantage, that male peak at 37, I think you're really going to kick yourself and say, in my 20s, I could have got in this sort of shape so easily. You know, I had a high metabolism. I had more spare time. I didn't have kids. I didn't have this. I didn't have whatever. You know, my job had a lower commitment than what it has now. Or I didn't have a business back then. I think now is like the perfect time to get in shape. And like I said, in this era is one of the things that is really going to change the game for you. So I think having the perfect body is massively achievable. And I think it's two of the things, like I said, having a perfect body and making at least 6 figures a year is two of the kind of lower ended, I guess they are lower ended because some people want to be billionaires, millionaires, you know, whatever they want to do. But I think they probably are two of the lower ended kind of goals that people can set in life, that a man can set, to just earn 6 figures a year, have the perfect body. I think that's very achievable. If that's all you set your sights to and you stay single, you put all your money into yourself, you can tick those 2 boxes. And like I said, they're not the only things in life. They're not the most important, but they have the biggest impact. They have the biggest effect. So if you've got money, you're a single man, you've got the perfect body, I can guarantee you your life will go 10x overnight. And whether you hate that shit, whether you're like, that's materialistic, it's stupid, you should, you know, get things in life based on personality, etc. It's like, guys, this is just the way it works. Like, I didn't make the game, I just figured it out, and now I'm feeding that information to you guys and whoever else wants to listen. You know, but if you tick just those 2 boxes, get in perfect shape, earn 6 figures a year, you can earn more, obviously, but I think, like I said, and I'll get on to the second point in a minute about 6 figures, but if you've got those 2, I feel like life just becomes ridiculously, effortlessly easy. Now, in order to earn 6 figures, this can come from a job, and honestly, I don't think it's ever been easier to earn 6 figures from a job. I think there's a lot of industries coming up now, like voice-activated SEO. I think there's multiple coding languages like Python that keep popping up all over the place, and if you're one of the first to jump on it, learn it completely, I think it's like a 60, 70,000 pound base just to walk into a job like that within 5-6 years of just being a hardcore worker, 9-to-5 worker, and doing extra hours, you know, really being a good employee. You can easily get 6 figures a year, 100 grand in any currency. Like, it doesn't matter. So £100,000, $100,000, whatever your target is. Obviously pounds is a lot higher, but it's basically the same when you work out what things cost based on the currency of that country. You know, but I feel like that's massively achievable for anybody. I feel like in that work sense, the 9-to-5 sense, is really easy. But I think it's become even easier now for entrepreneurs, and I'll explain why. So if you break it down, okay, if you break down what 6 figures a year is, it actually, as an entrepreneur, so an entrepreneur, here's the beauty, right? The average person working a 9-to-5 job only earns money for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then has other days. But if you count that as the main bulk, then you think to yourself, you're missing out on a ton of earning hours. You know, you're not actually earning for a lot of hours. And I worked it out earlier. So the average person working a 9-to-5 job with 8 hours a day is they're only earning for 160 hours per month. Now there's 730 hours in a month. So obviously you've got to sleep for some of those hours, but you can still earn while you're sleeping through residual income. So you've got, basically, if you're working a job and you're doing 160 hours and then there's 730 hours in a month, you're only earning for around about roughly 20% of the month. So for only like 1/5 of the month, you're earning money. So you've got another 80% of earning potential that you could, you know, build into, especially when you're an entrepreneur, which most people aren't taking from a 9-to-5 job. And you think, if you actually break down how much 6 figures is down to the per hour wage, is actually £11 per hour. That's nothing. I imagine most people earn more than that in their day jobs. So it's £11 per hour. You could earn £264 per day. You could earn £1,848 per week, or you could earn £7,920 per month. You know, and convert that into dollars however you will, or use the same numbers, whatever. You know, but that's not a lot, guys. You know, that's 4 different strategies you could have. So you could have 7,920. You could be selling conservatories. You know, big job. That's how much you're going to make on it. But you land 1 a month. Pretty easy. $1,848 per week. I think somebody like a personal trainer, a hairdresser, somebody who owns a pub could probably pull that off quite easily every week. And then per day, £264. Again, somebody like a personal trainer, a hairdresser, somebody who runs a bar. Have I got any other ideas? Like a shopkeeper, it could earn that quite easily. And then you've got £11 per hour. That's everybody. Everybody in the world could earn £11 per hour. It doesn't matter if it's online, it's whatever. The only problem is economies of scale. You can't work 20 hours a day, you can't work, let's say 24 hours per day with no sleep. You can't do it. Most people can't work 20 hours per day, 7 days a week with 4 hours sleep continuously for years. And you wouldn't want to because you're going to burn out. So you need to find a way to make that money automated. So it could be something like retail. It could be making a product which gets shipped out when you're not there, or the money comes in when you're not there. You hire somebody to do that for you. It could be an online course. It could be anything that just enables you to maximize those earning potential hours. So like I said, a 9-to-5 job allows you to earn money for 20% of the total hours in a month. You're missing out on 80%. If you can just earn £11 an hour every single hour in a month, doesn't matter what it's from, you could be asleep when it's coming in. If you can just earn £11 an hour, or £264 per day, or $1,848 per week, or $7,920 in a month. It was the same, add it up, it's all the same, but you just need one of those totals at some point. Or, if you want to get really stupid about it, £22 every 2 days. £22 every 2 hours. That's another way of doing it. So you just divide it down. And if you can pull that off, if you can just make that £11 per hour, like I said, that's 6 figures per year. It's become easier and easier, guys. And what's happened is that there's billions of people living on the planet now. There's 7+ billion people. It's probably going to be 8 very soon. And you think a lot of these people have got a lot more money than we think they have. It's never been easier to make 6 figures, like $1 million, $1 billion, whatever you want to get to. It's tough. $1 million is quite tough. But I think 6 figures a year is so achievable for everybody. I'm seeing girls with fitness courses on Instagram where they do a couple of squats. And you could say that it's men following them, but they're selling fitness courses. So it's probably the women, right? So they're doing squats, they get a fat ass, they take some pictures on Instagram, they throw a few workout videos on there. Maybe they have 20,000 girls that follow them, and they just sell a course for, £50. That's all it's going to cost. And they just get something like 100 people to buy it every single week, every single month, whatever it might be. And they're making like 80 to 100,000 per month. Like, it's never been easier. And I know it's not really a cheat code, because a lot of guys could be in shape. They're not buying it because the woman's beautiful. They're buying it because she got in shape. So she could have worked her ass off literally to do that. So guys could do that too. Whatever your talents might be, whatever it is that you do, if you can just find a way to maximize that earning potential. And like I said, it's 20% compared to the whole 100 of the hours that we're earning in. If you can just check, you don't have to change that to every single hour you're earning, but if you can just change that to 40% of the hours compared to the 20 that you're currently earning in your 9-to-5 job, you've doubled your wage. You could triple your wage. It could be whatever, you just need to maximize your earning hours. As soon as you maximize your earning hours, that's it. It takes off. And if you can have something like, I don't know, you might have like a retail business or a subscription company like I'm trying to build. Once you've got that in place, if you've got people signing up or buying your products in groups, so every hour you've got 6 or 7 people buying the products or signing up or whatever, you're now earning a lot more per hour. So you're doubling up on that, you're tripling up on that, you're quadrupling up on that, you're quintupling on that. And then your earning potential is, X amount. Like there's no limit. The sky's the limit. You could earn potentially $1 million every single week, $1 million a month. Like it doesn't matter at that point. But the starting point is looking at your 9-to-5 job, 8 hours per day, 5 days per week, and going, shit, I'm only earning for 160 hours per month when there's 730 hours in a month. How do I maximize those hours? Does it come from a second job? Who knows? Does it come from a secondary income? Probably. Does it come from something else? You just got to find a way to do that. And it does it could be from one, it could be multiple streams of income. It doesn't matter. Just maximize those hours. And then, like I said, guys, if that's the two things you want to focus on, like some people want to be billionaires, some people want to be millionaires, some guys just want to have a good life, they want to sleep with a lot of women, they want to have a good social life, they want to earn good money, have good assets, and just say, this was better than the way I was living, I feel a little bit more free now. Well, guess what? Get in the best shape of your life and earn 6 figures a year. Your life will turn around